Okay, my wonderful students, we are still in our textbook. And we are now on page 93, 93. And first we're going to do the questions up here about the reading on page 92. So the answers are over here, the questions are here. So question number one is, okay, so question number one, does Mr. Garcia work at the post office? And the answer is, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Number two, do Jennifer and Jonathan go to school during the week? And the answer is, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Number three, does Mrs. Garcia work at the post office? Mrs. Is that he or she? She. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Number four, do Mr. and Mrs. Garcia have much time together during the week? Question. No, they don't. We have a plural. No, they don't. Number five. Number five, does Jennifer watch videos on Saturday evening? And the answer is, yes, she does. Jennifer is one person, and it's she. Number six. Do Jennifer and her, oops, I can't see what that says. Do Jennifer and her brother clean the house on Saturday morning? Plural. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And number seven, does Mr. Garcia, okay, so is Mr. he or she? That's right, it's he. Does Mr. Garcia work in the garden Saturday evening? Making a mess here. And the answer is, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's not Saturday evening, it's Saturday afternoon. Okay, we are still on page 93. And we're doing the bottom of the page. Actually, it's the middle of the page. Do and does. So we have question number one, and it's Mr. Garcia. So Mr. Garcia, we use does. So the question word is does. Does Mr. Garcia work on the weekend? And the answer is no, he doesn't. Number two, we have Jennifer and Jonathan. Singular or plural? Correct, plural. We need to use do. Do Jennifer and Jonathan go to school during the week? And the answer is yes, they do. Yes, they do. Number three, when. So we have question word when. Then we have they. Correct. When do they watch videos? On Saturday evening. On Saturday evening. Number four, question word where for location, where Mrs. Garcia. Now, Mrs., is that he or she? Correct, that is she. And where does she work? A bank. So the questioner, where does Mrs. Garcia work? At the bank. At the bank. Number 5, I don't know why they put this one in here. Do you speak Spanish? Well, my answer is no, I don't. But your answer might be correct. Yes, I do. So your answer might be different than my answer. The last one here is what, and it's Mr. Garcia. It's going to be he. What does Mr. Garcia do during the week? He works at the post office. Now, before you start getting worried, I will type all of this up and I'll put it down below the page so that you can correct your work, okay? I know it's kind of hard to see on this. Now we're using don't and doesn't. This is the new grammar, and we're making sentences negative. So we're making simple present tense sentences negative. We do not use no. We use don't and doesn't. So number 1, Mr. and Mrs. Garcia don't work on the weekend. Jennifer doesn't work. I know, no S because it's a negative sentence. No S because it is a negative sentence. So the verb does not have an S. I know, it's so confusing, but we're going to continue to practice. Jennifer doesn't work, no S, work on, Jennifer doesn't work at the bank, sorry. Number 3, that's right, we don't watch videos during the week. We don't watch videos during the week. Number 4, my son doesn't play, see no S, my son doesn't play a musical instrument. My son doesn't play a musical instrument. Number 5, my sister and I don't eat at Stanley's restaurant. And number 6, our dog, singular plural, dog is 1, doesn't like our neighbor's dog. That's kind of common. So like I said, all of this is going to be below the page so you can do the work in your workbook, or actually this is the textbook. In the textbook, do the work in the textbook, in your notebook, and then correct it down below.